Our soil types here vary greatly. We have, just an example, we have pH ranges from anywhere in the mid fives all the way to the mid eights, and occasionally they can be in the same field. We have, for the most part, a heavier clay soil, which is subject, especially this year with the soil profile being full of water, is going to be subject to nitrogen losses. And I think that the NutriSphere is going to be a benefit for us this year with what we've seen, with what we've used in the past. We generally in the spring, most of our probably about a third of our acres will be applied with urea nitrogen. The other 2/3 will be with 28% solution. I think that's a good way to stabilize our nitrogen and hold it there for the crop, is what we've seen in the past. One case in particular, I had a gentleman that we were had visited with too about the product, and he says, "Well, I'll give the NutriSphere a try." He said, "But he says, I want to, if it's as good as they say it is," he says, "I want to cut the rate on the nitrogen on part of the field." We kind of drug our feet on that scenario a little bit, but we decided to go along with him. It was especially being it was a corn on corn situation, and normally we like to hold the nitrogen rates up on the corn on corn. We actually applied, we split the field. Half the field received 110 units of nitrogen without NutriSphere. The other half received 90 units with the NutriSphere. And we went back in early September and did some ear counts and kernel counts and that type of thing. And then he did take it to final yield. And on that field, the field was absolutely no difference on the treated side to the untreated side, with 20 pounds of difference in applied nitrogen. So that we were kind of excited about that. Another specific field that comes to mind where we saw a dramatic difference was a no-till field northeast of Bigelow. We split the field. 120 units of nitrogen was applied on the entire field, with the south half being treated with NutriSphere. In the south half of the field, we chose that part of the field because there are a couple swales in the field, the kind where we always have ponding in the spring on this field. And in the past, there's always been a problem. You could go down the road in late August and early September and see out there. You could kind of see that area yellowing up because it was running out of nitrogen. So we felt we put it to the test there last year, and we went out in early September and walked into those areas. And with the cool and wet summer we had last year, I was pretty impressed because right in the middle of those wet spots, that corn was green to the ground, and there was virtually no stunting like we've seen in other years in that area. And that was the only thing we could attribute it to was the application of NutriSphere. NutriSphere, I guess the science behind NutriSphere, or the mode of action of NutriSphere, makes more sense to me versus some of the competitive products. Over the years, there's been a slew of products, fertilizer additives come down the road that everybody's all gung ho for 1 year, and you see them around for 1, maybe 2 seasons, and then they get forgotten about because whoever was making them made their quick little cash, and they're gone. This, I think, is solid science behind it. I've been watching this product, or I and my salesman have been watching this product for going on 3 years, and the results that we've seen and our growers have seen, they're slowly coming around to seeing that, hey, this is a real deal. This isn't foo-foo juice, as I like to call a lot of the other stuff. The growers in our area that have used the NutriSphere to date are becoming repeat customers for the very simple fact that the visuals they saw last year, we saw greener, more even crops, especially in some of the tough areas where we know that we've had nitrogen losses before. It kind of sells itself once the grower gets a serious chance to take a look at it. Everybody's cautious about new products, but I think this is one that will benefit them. And environmentally, it's one of the things that we need to keep on the forefront of our mind too. That we've got to be careful what we do with these nitrogen practices.